Welcome to Colonize the Ocean podcast, where we discuss oceanic colonization, exploration, and education with your hosts Adam Jewell and Brendan Traxler.
Okay, so we wanted to do kind of like
a folding chair down there.
That's what she was sitting in, is a folding
chair.
Okay. There's no way I'm sitting in a folding chair, but excuse me. So we kind of want to do a end of year, or not necessarily end of year, but more of a projection onto 2022 type of deal.
Yeah, well, I thought we could recap 2021 because looking back, we didn't. When we did this at the beginning of the year too, talking about what we wanted to have done, and the goal was to be able to be ready to start building beginning of 2022. And obviously, we're not there,
right?
But I think it's easy to look at the negative aspect. But looking at all we have done over the past year, and some of the key things I came up with is, first off, this weekly live stream. We've done that religiously every Tuesday throughout the whole entire year. Even when I was down and out, you still hopped on here and did stuff like that. So that's a big thing. That's a big commitment we did. Our Patreon's growing. It has been growing. We'll talk about that a little bit later as well. The podcast, they gave me notifications that we're international in multiple different countries. Now people are listening to us. It's growing exponentially as well. We started a Discord server,
which has been a hit.
Yeah, I was a presenter on the monthly one of the monthly seasteading Zoom calls, and I noticed as well as when you watch those at the very end, they have a thing that comes up, stuff you can vote on to have back, and I'm listed on the ones that you can vote on to have come back and talk again. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I went to Jules. I went there. That's but so
you didn't stay long, but
yeah. And these were all things that were sponsored and helped by Patreons and people like that who have donated money and stuff along those lines too as well. And we've made tons of new connections and friends over this past year through doing this, as well as just reaching out as our social media platforms have grown over the last year. And finally, maybe not one of the bigger ones, but as far as talking about what we wanted to have achieved, we got a verbal okay on a place to start habitat once we build it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite a bit still for 2021 for us both working full-time jobs still and doing everything we're trying to do, as well as trying to maintain this, still dealing with partial pandemic too. And I hate using it as an excuse for not getting things done because there should be no excuse. But it is what it does go on. It does affect things.
Unplugged. But it does make a pretty big difference in the grand scale of everything we had a lot of setbacks because of that. I was actually just scrolling through my phone about because we talked several times about before the pandemic hit that we were invited to speak at the International Space Development Conference, and that would have been a really big deal for us to be able to go and kind of network and meet people there too, and just kind of get some credibility behind what we're doing. And so I was actually trying to see if they're back up and running and doing like an in-person conference, which it looks like they will in 2022. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
But we can look at the past all day long, and it makes no difference at this point in time. But what I say, but I do want to say that even though it's easy to be down on the fact that we're not where we want to be, we have done quite a bit over the past year, and with that momentum, it was one of those S curves type of thing. We're starting to get some more momentum. It'll continue to go up and just start skyrocketing here before too long. And I truly believe that, just because, honestly, that Discord server has been huge as far as bringing people in, and we had 2 people join today.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's a community, and I say these are all things I'm going to talk about a little bit later today. But 2021 was still a very good year, I feel.
Yeah, there was a lot of things we would have liked to have done, but at the end of the day, we still accomplished quite a bit.
Yeah. So, going into some of the changes for 2022, Patreon. We've got a Patreon out there, as you all are very aware. And we talk about how there's the $1 and the $5 Patreon level right now. I've already addressed this with all the Patreon members out there, but we're going to do away with the $1 tier. Nobody's using it. It's pretty much fluff. When we first started the Patreon, we really didn't have anything to offer. I mean, this was a long time ago. And so $1 and $5 seemed like a lot for getting nothing out of it type of thing. And now we're a little more, we've got some more momentum. We've got stuff going on. And my big concern is over the next year, as we start getting into more stuff, we're going to have more and more people potentially looking at us. And if they start hopping on their Patreon and we've only got a $1 and $5, what kind of value does that put on ourselves? Do we see ourselves only as a $1 and $5? And that's why I look at it. Maybe I'm wrong, but needless to say, we're going to keep the $5 tier, but we're going to add some higher dollar tiers on there as well. So that's coming at the beginning of the year. With that, you will give us some more perks. Also, people who sign up for that, it'll definitely expedite funding. All this, I don't forever foresee the Patreon funding the habitat, but once again, it adds to it. So
it helps do the day-to-day stuff that we need to be able to do while we
100%
chase after the big donations.
So that's one of the bigger changes that I've come across, and we'll see how that plays out. But I like the idea of it. I think changing it up every once in a while is good. So we'll see what happens there. You have anything to add to that, Adam?
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll keep on going then. Next one is...
Well, we're just going to handle this like Limp Biscuit and keep on rolling.
Well, then we're going to roll into Discord.
Okay.
Discord's amazing. What can I say? And Adam, I was not a huge fan of this at first by any means, but you convinced me to jump on board. I knew what Discord was. I'd played with it for years, but I did not see the benefit of it for Atlantic City Colony, and I was wrong. And it's a very personable... What I like about it versus Facebook and other social media is there's so much other garbage out there that you're getting drowned with as you're trying to do what you're doing. This is very knit group. You're really able in there to focus on what you're focusing on. There's no ads. There's no drama. So I like that. We're able to control what's being going on in there, even though it's still very open. And we're able to do a bunch of stuff. You're able to do your video conferences in there. We're able to do audio in there. And it's just very... I think very good platform for us to grow on.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand the hesitation because early on Discord was a platform basically for gaming. It was like where people who did a lot of online gaming stuff used that as their their chat client, their voice client for when they're playing games and stuff. But more and more people started utilizing it for a lot of different things, like just groups for any organization started doing it. The Seasteaders have an amazing Discord set up too, and we
got some of the stragglers that have come over from there into us as well. So
I don't know if I'd call them stragglers.
Well,
we get all the riffraff from that.
Yeah, no. Actually, one of the main guys from the Seasteading one. Actually, the guy who heads it up is in our Discord as well.
Yeah,
so
very active in ours.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been an awesome thing to do, and yeah, and that, just like you said, being able to, we have different channels that we can discuss different topics in, which makes it a little bit more organized too. I have it pulled up right now. We have, we have a channel just for the habitat and the structure of it. We have one for, how we want to do utilities and the power, location ideas, news on scuba tech and boats and subs, marine life, off-grid and sustainability. Space news, just because we do have a lot of correlation a lot of times. Tiny home is one of the things we kind of did in there, just because we utilize a lot of that same information for kind of what we want to do. And then I started one the other day for media because you yelled at me for talking about the Abyss getting a 4K remastered re-release in the general channel, and you told me that that's not what that's for. So
yeah, get out of there.
We started one for media to where we want to talk about movies and TV shows and podcasts and books, whatever it may be about this kind of thing. you got a channel for that now.
Absolutely. So it's very cool. And I said we can always add more channels. And that's another thing with being a patron is you get some of those perks of getting into the voice channels where we hang out, and that's something we'll continue to grow as we grow too.
Quite a bit.
We are quite a bit. So yeah, that's cool. And yeah, those are some of the things. But I guess the overall 2022 focus, I was able to break down into 3 main sections. And obviously, first and foremost is construction. That has been our focus and always will be our focus, is building this thing. There's a lot of other stuff we're doing, and it's all important. And I think that it is all valuable to what we're doing as far as marketing, getting our name out there, stuff along those lines. But at the end of the day, we got to build this thing. Otherwise, we're just wasting everybody's time. Yours too, Adam. So that is definitely the focus of 2022. I'm feeling very good about it. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, Adam.
I'm just tagging along.
No, the other thing, and you can dive more on this one too, is partners. One thing we want to focus on this next year is getting partnerships. It's something we haven't done. I've been very close to the chest with all this and haven't really gone out there aggressively as I should have to try to raise money. I've tried different crowdfunding opportunities and stuff along those lines. And it's going to get funded eventually if I have to, like I've said since the beginning, if I pay for it myself, we're going to do it. It just takes longer. So we're looking at different partnerships to build that relationship that's mutually beneficial as well for both of us. And Adam's really taking a lead on that. If you want to talk about that a little bit, Adam.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at our merch store here real quick. I'm going to bring that up later. Yeah, and obviously I'm not going to say names of the people I've contacted just because of nothing's, in stone or whatever. But I had a good conversation with one place. It was last week, and basically like a big college that has a Marine division or whatever, and talked to a member of their staff about possibilities of partnering up, and she said going forward that as we get a little bit more of our, stuff put together, that they could potentially help us find, almost like private partners to help us continue this, whether it be, research groups or whatever it is, something that certain groups out there would find beneficial. So, it was a little nerve-wracking because I haven't really had those conversations before, but it's something I wanted to tackle. And we have another one that we're working on getting a phone call set up with a different institute. Like I said, we can't give names away because we don't want to, be unprofessional about it. But yeah, so we've had people that are at least willing to talk to us about it. So it's a good step in the right direction.
Yeah, and I look back at when I've made approach of investors in the past and the conversations I had with them. I totally understand why they did invest then, because what I knew then versus what I know now, and even in the business structure that was back then was so loose too. Is your house okay over there, Adam?
I don't know. We'll find out in a little bit, I guess.
And so, yeah, our business structure is a whole lot better. Our business plan is a whole lot better laid out, and I'm able to articulate in a better way how this is going to move forward, how it's going to make money, and so I think we're in a much better spot to be talking to these partners.
Yeah, we have a lot more materials and all that to kind of provide that will make all of it a little bit more easier for investors or partners to understand now.
Yeah. Next up, community. That goes back to our Patreon and our Discord community a little bit. But it also goes back to promoting from within. One of the things that I think is important is we've got a lot of knowledgeable people in our community that can do a whole lot more than they're doing. And they either haven't been given the opportunity to, or they're don't know how to approach it. Adam and me had a long call last night with Babe talking about this exact thing. And Babe is a key example of somebody that sat back, watched for a while, and now we're heavily using him. In fact, this next year, we're going to be using him. We're scheduled probably about once a month he's going to be leading one of these lives with a different topic every time.
Yep.
So it's one of those things where if there's more people out there that, we can work with to do stuff along those lines, it may not be being live on the spotlight. I don't necessarily enjoy this. This isn't comfortable for me. But for this time, I've got to do it. Someone's got to do it, type of thing. But there's other aspects that we can be doing, whether it is, contacting people, whether it's social media, whether it's there's so much that needs to be done that it's just with two guys trying to do it, it's daunting sometimes. So, we're definitely going to try again to really promote the community to help us out here. And once again, if this isn't a financial thing, I'm not saying only Patreon members, because not everybody has the money to spend on stuff like that. But you do have other skills out there that you can use to assist us and feel valuable, and too that you're actually adding and contributing to it. And I think that's important.
Absolutely. Big fan of that.
So anyway, so that's basically the focus for 2022 is, first and foremost. And the other thing too, which I didn't add to my notes here, but is getting out into the community as well. Hopefully the underwater intervention comes back and we can get there, and other things, possibly DEMA. That's a year away. But other stuff along those lines that we can get our name out there and really get back there. And it includes getting more guests for the on here and for the podcast as well, which we've already got a few that I'm scheduling right now. So the goal is bigger, better, and more next year, really. And then including in all that is the construction with it as well. Your quietness over there, Adam, is just amazing. Let me tell you.
Oh, sorry. Just take.
I know you want,
buddy.
But anyway, so while we're sitting here thinking, let me go ahead and throw that Discord link out here again for everybody.
Speaking of the community,
well, I mean it's in the link to the thing, but where is my invite? Oh, invite right there. Duh. You can talk, so it's a dead air here. I'm trying to figure this out.
I was actually it'd be more appropriate to talk about it towards the end, just because we always do. But I was sitting here looking at the merch store, and I've been throwing stuff in a cart because I want to order some stuff. I start a new job here soon, and from what I understand, at the new place, you have to wear face masks at work, and all the ones I have are like the, what do you call them? The kind of like the balaclava ones, where it's like almost like an entire face mask, and it's just I don't know if that'd be appropriate in an office setting. So I'm like, I should get an ASC face mask, and then I'm just like, I should get a new ASC hat, and then it's like, well, maybe I just go all matching and have an ASC face mask, shirt, and hat combo. Why not?
Yeah. I need to order some new stuff too.
Yeah,
because
this hat, you can tell if I get a little closer, it's a little rough just because I wore it at my old job, where I was outside and working around a lot of dirt and all that, and so I want one that I can keep clean and nice.
Talking about merch makes me think about just marketing, and one of the most exciting things we've talked about for quite a while is when we start building this thing is the YouTube video we're going to make series about building an underwater habitat. I'm really excited about that. Who knows how many videos it's going to be, but it's going to be a lengthy how to build an underwater habitat series that we'll make as we go through the process of that. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be fun.
I agree.
But yeah, no. We got some people in here. I think we've laid out the law for 2022. I'll put some more out, especially next Tuesday. We'll probably talk a little bit more about it. But it won't be the main point of next week.
Next Tuesday, we're going to be an officially in it for 2022.
We will. Yes, we will. So yeah, I hope everybody comes back and joins us and chats with us and all that good stuff. You know something we need to do in 2022 that we didn't do in 2021?
The food episode.
Yes, the food episode.
I got to thinking about that. I'm just like, man, how many times
I did too.
Put that off?
I'm surprised people haven't called us out on it yet.
Yeah, I know. I was sitting there thinking about it too. I'm just like, man, we kept giving us all these dates, or like I kept saying, like, all right, we need to do it, and then we never did it.
Yep. What you got over there for us, Adam?
What do you mean?
You want
to do the rundown?
Yeah, I mean, show off. You've been over there watching their screen, looking at merchandise the whole time. So if you can show off some merchandise.
Oh, okay. Well, let me share my screen here for you. Let's do a Chrome tab.
I mean, your camera looks a whole lot clearer than mine does too. By the way,
it's because it's a high def camera, my guy.
That's what mine is.
So, as you can tell, I'm under the big and tall section because I'm a big and tall boy. Mainly just
you're
big.
5'3".
No, I'm not 5'3". Jerk. Anyways, yeah. So just checking out the store and all that. We just got some cool stuff that I'm a big fan of. And it's just like, hey, do you need a polo? Do you need to be in a more professional environment? Here's a polo. I don't know why we offer colors. Me and you are like black.
I know.
T-shirt.
I thought about
kind of people.
I went through not too long ago and stripped a bunch of the product out of there. We did away some product and did away some colors. I should do. Everybody says I said color wrong. Colors.
How do you not know how to say colors?
Colors.
Why are you saying collars?
Because that's a word.
It's colors.
I can't say it.
Like C-U-H. Anyway. Colors. We're just shutting down the show right now because we have a lot of other things that we need to take care of.
Anyway, continue on.
Yeah, no, it's just like all this cool stuff.
I like that blue. I like that blue on that one up there.
Yeah, sharp. It's a nice blue, but I just don't pull off colors very well. Like I have to just wear like a black shirt. It's just how I roll. Unless I'm wearing like a button up, but like a button up collared thing. Then it's
also, we will have new merch coming next year too, because we're going to continue on the series with the logo and sea animals as well. So that'll be coming next year as well.
We want sea turtles.
And dude, those bears or dogs, wherever they are so freaking soft. Yeah, they are so soft.
Yeah. You have mouse pads? Is that one of the things on here?
Yeah.
We just have so much stuff.
Yeah, I know. I should probably streamline some of it and get it. That could be part of the problem too.
No, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's a Colonize the Ocean one. ASC one right there.
It'd work good because I try to have like a white theme on my desk and all my decor for my my computer area. You can have some like throw pillows.
I know. I've been thinking about getting a throw pillow, like that one right there.
Just a nice little throw pillow that you can just throw around.
That white one's sharp too, though.
Yeah, we have too many throw pillows as is at our house. I'm not a big fan of pillows.
I hate pillows. Period.
Like even sleeping on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like you don't sleep with one?
No.
Is your neck jacked up? Because I got. Well, is it?
No.
Well, God, I gotta think like without sleeping on a pillow, like.
I mean, like I have one, but I rarely use it. Like every once in a while, I will, but usually I wake up and I don't have the pillow. I don't know where it's at.
That's so weird. Like like I think of the times that like I've like just laid down on the couch or whatever, and like if I don't have a throw pillow right there, where I'm just like, oh, this is miserable. It's just like I need to have something underneath my head and neck. Like I think you're a psychopath for not having one.
Yeah, well.
Oh, anyways, enough of that. But yeah, that's our store. There's a lot of cool stuff up there, so go check it out.
Yep. So you want to run down our socials there?
Let's do it.
Adam.
It's time for the rollout. Yeah, guys. www.atlantaseacolony.com. There you're going to be able to find all of our social medias, whether that's actually I'm just going to pull it up over here.
That works too.
I'm going to pull it up over here. Why not? AtlantaSeaColony.com. We have all of our stuff up here: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube.
Or you can click on the social media link there too.
Yeah, that too.
Because some of those links are jacked up.
Yeah.
Well, they work, but the little icon.
TikTok, merchandise.
I hate that. I'm going to redo that. I'm redoing that. I hate it.
Okay, sorry that I brought it up. Yeah, so all of our stuff there. Another cool aspect about that is your resource page that you put up. This is like, podcasts that you can listen to. Our buddy Ted Clark over there. Books, some cool books. YouTube channels, stuff like that. Yeah, very cool. So that's that. And then obviously we showed our merch store, atlantaseacolony.com/merch. Also we have God, you messed up my order here. Okay, so for people that want to donate, I just realized that in my camera you can see my DeWalt flashlight that wasn't there before. Sorry.
Is that product placement?
No, that would be kind of cool if we get a sponsorship from DeWalt, though. It'd be like, DeWalt, the company that builds the undersea habitat.
Yeah.
We should chase that down because that's like, listen, we're going to build the, underwater habitats. Do you want to be our tool sponsor? Like, if not, I'll go with like Bosch or Milwaukee, Ryobi, stuff like that. I think those are about the only tool companies that I know off the top of my head. Anyways, so yeah, if you want to make a one-time donation, you can go to paypal.me/AtlantaSeaColony. It's a quick and easy way of just doing a single donation. Also, if you're a Cash App person, just do the hashtag $AtlantaSeaColony. That's another good way of doing it there. Also, we talked about our Patreon. Patreon.com/AtlantaSeaColony. We got our patrons there. We got Edward Haas, Brian Acosta, S. Babe, Hyde, Matthew, Kathy, and Martin Reese. So thank you guys for your support there.
And Martin is international. I think he's Germany. I think if you figured it out, something like that. So yeah, we got some international patrons now.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, speaking about Germany, like we think of Turkey, that's something else coming up next year is contact with our contact over in Turkey. They're probably going to be involved in a league of underwater gentlemen.
League of Underwater Gentlemen.
But yeah, we're trying to get together a conference in January, I think it is, where a bunch of us. I saw the list of people who are supposed to be involved, and there's some. If it plans out, there's some very big names out there that could be on this event that we're working on. So that could be really good too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another focus we want to try to have. Well, you kind of touched on the community aspect and all that. Is just if there's events and stuff that we can attend, whether it's in person or remotely, whatever it is, that's good stuff for us too. So
yeah.
So if you guys think of like certain things that are coming up, you're like, oh man, like Atlantic Sea Colony should be a part of that. Let us know. Hit us up. Shoot us an email. Let us know here, whatever, and go from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Other than that, I don't have anything else to go out on.
That's good. I'm sure I forgot stuff in here, even though I had it wrote down.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes. It's okay.
The big thing is we're going to have more social media promotions on different stuff like that, especially the Discord and Patreon and stuff like that. I'm definitely going to be promoting that more throughout the year. So I really want to grow those communities, and not just from a financial standpoint, but just because those are our VIPs, especially the Patreon. And the Discord is where we're getting all this information from. Like I said before, I moved the whole private Facebook group of the think tank we had. I invited them all over to the Discord to move them all over there because it was just working out better than trying to do a Facebook group with everything else going on. Facebook is just too much clutter and too much noise. So,
yep, I'm with you on that, my guy. It's good to be back. We're gonna have. Is that your dog this time? I thought I heard Luna. I thought I heard a dog, and I don't think it was on my side.
I don't think so. Could be.
Okay. No, probably not. Anyways, that's what we got for this week. We'll be back next week. And the weeks coming forward, we have a lot of new stuff that we'll be bringing forward. Hopefully Adrian has some more cool facts that she wants to share on her corner of the show every week. She gets excited about that now. So, that was definitely. I was gonna say, I'm like, okay, all right. Anyways, guys, thank you much for joining us, and we're gonna go ahead and now that was mine on my end. Now, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.